Hello, boys and girls, and those who sexually identify as a pint of ice cream. I'm Mr. Dapperton, and today we're going to talk about propaganda and how the left consume that propaganda without knowing it. First off, let me just say, if you're a leftist, you probably think you're very educated and that you get your news from scientists and fact checkers and smart people that know more than you do, but you don't. You get your news directly from the government. In fact, most mainstream media is actually pre-scripted stories from the government itself. It is literal propaganda that you are regurgitating when you regurgitate what's on the mainstream media. You are not educated. You are the opposite. You are literally a tool of the government right now. They have brainwashed you. Believe it or not, most Republicans aren't Nazis. They're not racist. They're also not sexist and misogynist. In fact, I just did a story proving that FBI agents are dressing up as Nazis pretending to be Trump supporters. It's outrageous. The reason why they tell you that Trump supporters are racist and sexist and misogynistic is because it's an ad hominem. It's a goalpost move. Instead of debating politics like free speech or the right to self-defense, they lose these topics, so instead they just call mean names and make it so people don't listen to these Republicans and right-wingers to begin with. Because otherwise they lose if they talk about the topic at hand. So they have to lie about them to make them look really bad. They have to do psyops and try to make Trump supporters look racist when they're not, by making feds dress up as Trump supporters, supporting Nazi beliefs and carrying Nazi flags around and saying Nazi things. They got to create a fake reality. And you may be saying, oh, well, Trump supporters are actually racist. Just because some left-wingers dress up as Trump supporters and make them look racist when they're not, doesn't mean that there's no Nazi Trump supporters. Look, man, if Nazi Trump supporters exist, why would they have to make them up? Think about it. Here's Patriot Front, which is a bunch of MAGA Nazis, a.k.a. feds, fighting with the Proud Boys, who hate racists, by the way. The media tries to claim that Proud Boys are all racist, but here they are fighting racism, proving that the mainstream narrative, again, lies. It's all propaganda. I believe the leader of Proud Boys is black, so how are they racist? Anyways, here is them clashing.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Back up! Back up! Get out of here! Get the fuck out!
I'll have the full video linked in the description box, but basically they call them racist and tell them to leave. They even get in a little scuffle with them and fight them. And the CNN reporter, also someone that used to be a governor, states that these Proud Boys are fighting federal officers, proving that these MAGA Nazis are not MAGA Nazis. They're federal officers. It says, these people, all blue checks, are celebrating a seemingly MAGA assault on federal officers. Now, I don't know what this really is, but take a gander at the comments of the Patriots who love America. What an idiot. He proves that this is a psyop coming from somebody that used to work in the government and somebody that's a CNN commentator who knows the real deal. But anyways, government has been controlling mainstream media since TV has been doing mainstream media. Okay? Here's a video of George Bush admitting all this. And not just that, it goes deeper. Look at all these videos that I'm about to show you and come to the decision for yourself that you are being controlled. Every time you regurgitate what's on mainstream media, you're not regurgitating truth and science. You're regurgitating government propaganda designed to impoverish you and steal your money. Because that's what government does. It's a fucking leech.
Mr. President, earlier this year you told us you had ordered your administration to cease and desist on payments to journalists to promote your agenda. You cited the need for ethical concerns and the need for a bright line between the press and the government. Your administration continues to make the use of video news releases, which are prepackaged news stories sent to television stations, fully aware that some or many of these stations will air them without any disclaimer that they are produced by the government. Comptroller General of the United States this week said that raises ethical questions. Does it raise ethical questions about the use of government money to produce stories about the government that wind up being aired with no disclosure that they were produced by the government?
There is a Justice Department opinion that says these pieces are within the law so long as they're based upon facts, not advocacy. And I expect our agencies to adhere to that ruling, to that Justice Department opinion. This has been a long-standing practice of the federal government to use these types of videos. Agricultural Department, as I understand, has been using these videos for a long period of time. The Defense Department, other departments have been doing so. It's important that they be based upon the guidelines set out by the Justice Department. Now, I think it'd be helpful if local stations then disclose to their viewers if that's, that this was based upon a factual report and they chose to use it. But evidently in some cases that's not the case. So anyway.
To guarantee that's happening by including that language in the prepackaged report.
Yeah, I don't, oh, you mean a disclosure? I'm George W. Bush and I...
Well, some way to make sure it couldn't air without the disclosure that you believe is so vital.
Ken, I mean, there's a procedure that we're going to follow, and the local stations ought to, if there's a deep concern about that, ought to tell their viewers what they're watching.
While looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information in the Twitterverse.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while looking at health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while you're looking for health information on Twitter.
Be extra cautious while looking for health information on Twitter.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 In consumer news, economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year. Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year. Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some of the spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take the spring out of the step of the Easter Bunny this year.